Alex Clarke from Denison Yachting, and today I'm going to take you on board the 2016 72 Ocean Alexander pilot house named Journey. Journey was custom built by a very experienced yachting couple with the intention of spending summers in New England and winters in Florida. So you're going to find some features on board here that you're not going to find on your standard Ocean Alexander. Before we start today's walkthrough, there are three key features that I want to point out, with the first being the full beam master cabin. Her midship master has direct access from the main salon and is completely private from the other guest accommodations. The second feature that I want to point out is the fact that she's got two true helm stations, the first being on the upper deck and the second directly behind me just forward of the galley. The third feature that I want to point out is the full enclosure on the upper deck, which is removable. The reason that I want to highlight the Lexan enclosure on the upper deck is that it gives you great flexibility in using the space. Whether you're cruising in warmer climates, you can really utilize the air conditioning, or if you're in New England for the summer, it protects you from the cooler weather. We're going to start today's walkthrough here on the swim platform. We're going to have stanchions that can easily be removed, great for accessing your tender when tied up. To port and starboard, you have access to your shore power with Glendenning controls, and to port is your shower with both hot and cold water. Directly behind me is your centerline hatch that gives you direct access to your crew accommodations, workspace, and engine room. Entering the lazarette, immediately to port, you have your head. Then sink, crew accommodations, and then to starboard, you have your workspace and your shower. Passing through the watertight bulkhead, you enter the engine room. Journey is powered by twin Caterpillar C18 1150 horsepower engines with extended warranties out 5 years to 2020. Aft of each engine are your twin Kohler 23 kW generators. Each of these is powerful enough to run the house. A great feature of this engine room is that you've got easy access to your Raycor fuel filters, fuel supply system, and your engine room sea chests. And just before we leave the engine room, I want to point out one of two CCTV cameras, which allow you to monitor the engine room from both the upper and lower helms. And from here, we're going to step outside onto the swim platform and head up to the aft deck. Aft deck access from the dock is easy with boarding gates both to port and starboard. Centerline on the aft deck is your dinette that comfortably seats 8 guests. Directly above your aft bench seating is your CCTV camera for docking and security purposes. Just forward is your wet bar that's got a granite countertop, sink, and refrigerator ice maker. Just outboard of the wet bar is your staircase that gives you direct access to the upper deck. Before we step into the salon, I want to take the side deck forward towards the bow. With a beam just under 19 feet, it allows you to have full walkarounds both to starboard and port while maintaining a large volume salon. Now standing on the bow, you're going to have a large centerline sun pad. Just forward of your sun pad is your ground tackle, which is nicely hidden below these deck hatches. To port are your foot pedals that allow you to raise and lower your anchor. Through the touch of the button, you enter the salon through this pneumatic sliding door. To starboard, you have your L-shaped settee. Just forward of that is what I call the captain's chair, and additional storage just forward of that. Opposite of your settee to port, you're going to have your high-low TV and a second captain's chair. On the forward bulkhead of the salon, you have your day bar, complete with sink, ice maker, and glassware storage. Before heading forward, let's take this staircase down to your full beam master cabin. Immediately at the base of the stairs, you have your stackable washer dryer. Centerline is going to be your king berth. And to starboard is your vanity and cedar-lined hanging closets. All the way aft is your ensuite. Heading back up to the main deck, we're going to step forward into the galley. Next to the Sundeck, I can see this being one of the primary gathering places on board. All of the appliances on board are commercial grade Gen Air, except for the Kenyon glass stovetop. You have your full-size refrigerator freezer, microwave and convection oven, and dishwasher. One of the highlights of the space is the granite countertops and this custom island, which was enlarged and designed by the current owners. Opposite of your island is your L-shaped dinette, great for having lunch or breakfast. And the unique feature is that it slides in and out, giving you easy access to the seating. All the way forward of the space is your centerline helm, highlighted by 3 glass monitors. Just aft of your monitor, you're going to have your ACR spotlight controls, Caterpillar engine controls, Maxwell anchor chain control, throttles, bow and stern thruster, and your Furuno autopilot and Icon radio controls. And this wheel here really highlights the craftsmanship and the woodwork that you're going to find throughout the interior on the boat. Forward of the galley to starboard is going to be a winding staircase that leads you down to the 2 additional guest accommodations. On the aft bulkhead of the guest foyer is going to be one of 2 main breaker panels on board. Behind me to port is going to be the smaller of the 2 guest accommodations that has over-under berths. The stateroom also has an ensuite which doubles as your day head. All the way forward is your VIP suite, complete with centerline queen berth, hanging lockers, and ensuite. Heading back up from the guest accommodations, we're going to go back to the galley and take the stairs to port that lead us up to the Sundeck. Ocean Alexander has absolutely hit it out of the park with this Sundeck. Let's start our breakdown. All the way aft is your Zodiac yacht line tender with Yamaha 40 horsepower 4-stroke engine. With the use of this Steelhead Marine ES 1500 davit, your tender's easily launched and retrieved. Moving forward, you have additional storage with granite countertops. Just forward of this storage is your L-shaped settee with table. You have full service bar, complete with granite countertops, 3 swivel bar stools, sink, as well as your ice maker and refrigerator combo. All the way forward in this space is the upper helm, which is an exact duplicate of the lower helm. You're going to have your 3 glass monitors, Cat engine controls, dual Icom radios, throttles, as well as bow and stern thruster controls. And below your helm are your air conditioning vents. As I mentioned earlier in the video, this entire bridge deck can be completely enclosed, which means its dedicated air conditioning unit with an additional 2,400 BTUs keeps the space completely enjoyable, even in the hottest of weather. On behalf of myself and Dennison Yachting, thank you for joining me on board this 2016 72 Ocean Alexander pilot house named Journey. If you'd like to arrange a private showing on board or to receive additional information, feel free to contact us at any time.